Welcome everybody, hello. And as I mentioned previously in short notice, the main task for today is to check questionnaires for the students and to prepare or give that you give us some ideas for the questionnaires for the teachers. We are talking about testing or i.e. piloting methodologies and audit tool. We think that is why we also need your help. We think that it would be good that each of the partner pilots 3 methodologies with 3 different classes. So it means that, for example, Anne and Tartu Woko will piloting it with 3 different classes and 3 different methodologies. It would be great if Anne, for example, takes one of her methodologies, one of Maya's methodologies, and one of Mirko's methodologies, so that we can all criss and cross check methodologies. And of course, we have to check it with, test it or piloting it with the audit tool. We thought that it would be great if we can have a short questionnaire before we pilot it. We prepared 11 questions before piloting, and we think that it would be 10 minutes max for students to fill it, then piloting, and 1 questionnaire after the piloting. That also 10 minutes max. I can share my screen if Yura allows me, so we can start and see. Yura, can you allow me to share my screen, please?
Yeah, you should be able to. I made you the co-host.
Yes, thank you. Do you see my screen with a questionnaire?
Yes.
I will make it bigger. I see your faces. I see that your eyes are like this. No problem. Okay. As I mentioned, we imagined and planned to have 2 questionnaires regarding to the piloting activity. 1 before, and we'll check before questionnaire now. We thought that it would be good that the questionnaire is anonymous, so every participant creates his or her unique code. For example, we said 2 letters, for example, AB12. It is important that they remember that same code for the second questionnaire after the piloting. So, for example, we would have answer here, AB12, name of the school, gender, age, and mother language. It is important because in project application, we mentioned that sometimes students are not active enough on the classroom or at the classes because they have language barrier, or they listen classes on the language that is not their mother language. So we have to ask their mother language, and this is the part where they made self-assessment and mark their activity on the classroom. 1 to 5, between I'm not active at all and I'm very active. And few yes or no questions if they want to ask something, but at the end they don't ask. And why? That is very important that they mark us why. Description, why, what they think that would encourage them to participate more actively. And yes or no, does the way that the lessons are conducted motivate them to learn more about the topic in their free time? For example, if they are listening about, I don't know, help me. If they are listening about Industrial Revolution, when they came home, would they Google it or read more in some different sources about Industrial Revolution? And what they think that could motivate them to learn more about topic they listened today. So what do you think about this questionnaire before piloting. Do you have some suggestions? Do you think that something should be removed, or do you think something should be added, or do you think something is, I don't know, not well in this questionnaire?
I
Yes,
would just have some little remark about question 8. If your answer yes to the previous question, mark the reasons. Shame about performing, I think it's okay. Fear of teachers, fear of ridicule. I would be here, I think it would be more appropriate, fear of the response of the classmates. It doesn't have to be necessarily ridiculed. And also ridiculed can be from the point of teacher even, or from the point of classmates. I think this is about the classmates, if I understand correctly.
Yes. Fear of they, in Croatian we say ruganje.
Da, znam.
I'm not sure what the right English word is.
I think it is the right English words. I just think the problem is wider than just ridiculing.
Yeah. Okay, I corrected. I made it. I agree with you. What do you think about other questions?
I think it's quite simple. I'm just afraid students won't remember the code. I will have to make them put them in their class notes because they will forget it otherwise.
Do you think if they don't, do you think that would be easier if we on some way suggest them how to use code, how to create code, like first and the last name of your name and the date of your birth. For example, MA 2023.
No, because they're all the same year. And no, I think because I'm going to do it in the same lessons, I think, before and post. I think so. It will be fine.
Okay, we can add remember your code.
Mm.
What do you think? Would it be better for them to solve this quiz or questionnaire online or on the paper? We can create Google form, or we can make questionnaire on the paper.
I think
online.
Mm.
Can you ensure that during the piloting activity, students have computers or tablets or internet access to? You can.
For our school, it's no problem.
Okay. It is important if we create a Google form, it is important that all the students have access to fill it. So you all can assure that they can fill it online.
Mm-hmm.
Mirko, Jakob, can you?
Can, yes.
Okay. Anne? Okay, we'll check that later. And the second questionnaire is piloting questions after piloting. So you gave them questionnaire before piloting, then we have piloting, and a short questionnaire after the piloting. So it's the same code, 2 letters, 2 numbers, name of the school, gender, age. And few questions you can see. I will make it bigger. Okay. Questions about the lesson. The lesson we covered today was less interesting, the same, or more interesting as the lessons in that subject. The way we perceive the lesson today according to its content is similar or different. The topic encouraged me to additional research, yes or no. Prompt me to think more, yes or no. Left me indifferent, so no effect on the students, yes or no. They would like more lessons covered in this way for other subjects as well, yes or no. And self-assessment scale from 1 to 5, how they think they were active during today's lesson, and another self-assessment scale, what they think they learned today, except from the topic connected with this lesson plan. They can self-assess if they cooperate better with their classmates, participate more actively, and so on. And last question, should the other subjects include use of ICT technology, yes or no? So that is also short questionnaire, so that we don't take you too much time for to have enough time to have piloting methodologies and use of audit tool. What do you think about this questionnaire after the piloting? Do you have some suggestions, or do you think that something is not okay? Do you think that some question is, I don't know how to say, do you think that with one of those questions we can shoot our own leg? For example, if the students are, I don't know, they can say, I don't know, less interesting. They can say that they didn't learn anything. They didn't learn anything new. Do you think that those questions are, for example, tricky?
Well, the lessons about the interesting, it is not necessarily connected to the way that the lesson is done, but also about the topic. Some topic can be more applying to them and the others not. They won't look at the lesson with the eye of the teacher, with pedagogy, dynamic, and so on. But if I will do, I don't know, the fourth offensive in Second World War, it will be boring no matter what I'm going to do.
Yeah. Do you think that we should remove that question, or you talk about the question number 5?
Yeah.
Less interesting, the same, more interesting.
Maybe we could add the lesson we covered today was with the use of RSS system. Less or most or the same. Interesting. With the use of RSS system.
Yeah, the lessons we covered today with the RRS system was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
To apply the point, we are using RSS system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it's better now.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have some suggestion on other questions? Jurek had some good points yesterday. Jurek, can you share your thoughts with us?
I'm not sure what exactly you're referring to, but I thought maybe about shortening this, or even using just the second version, the second page of this questionnaire. So we are, if I understand things correctly, we are evaluating the impact of methodics or a methodology, or however we call it. That is how we did this hour of teaching. I think this should include students' personal opinions, pupils' personal opinions, like you asked them here in this second questionnaire. I think it also should include the lecturers or the teachers' opinions, because I think teacher has an even better insight into how the interaction in the classroom was being, and so. And I think I think it's okay if we use both versions of both questionnaires, the one prior to the class and the one after the class. But I think in the first one, we focused more on the reasons why we developed AudIT in the first place, and we agreed those are valid reasons. So as for me, if you ask me, I think only this after the workshop, after the class questionnaire would be enough. And I think we should also include some insights from the course teacher, like a short description or his or her observations.
I would definitely here get rid of the question number 7, because I'm doing it in the same, just at the end of the lesson. So they will not come home, they will not do any research yet. So I don't think it's relevant for the situation.
Okay. What do you think about Juraj's note that that we should have only questionnaire after the piloting?
If I can just explain a bit more, sorry for interrupting you, Maria. If you can scroll upwards.
Yes.
Yeah, so the question we were talking about are definitely valid questions and important. What would encourage you to participate more actively in class, and so on. But I think we know that we developed AudIT because students are not interacting in class, or at least we want to make to provide them with additional opportunities for them to participate in class. So I think if we have resources, if they're patient enough to answer those questions for us now, that's great. But if not, I think the second questionnaire would be quite enough.
The reason why we thought that we should have 2 questionnaires, yes, you are completely right. We made a project proposal on those reasons that students are not active enough because they have shame about performing in front of class, they have some fear of the teachers, fear of the response of the classmates, and so on. That is the base of our project. But I thought, of course, I'm open for all of your suggestions. We thought that it would be good if we have for some sort of confirmation of our hypothesis. During the project application, we made this hypothesis and we said, okay, students are not active enough, the way the classes are performed or the lessons are performed is not is the same for at least, let's say, 50 years ago as the 50 years ago. It's not interesting for the young people today. They are in specific age, they are in the puberty or early adolescency. They, I don't know, they have fear of the fears or so on. If we gave them this questionnaire and if we got the answers as we are expecting, that questionnaire would give us full legitimacy in our project application. So we said we made project application on those hypotheses, and we, let's say, I don't know, we gave a proof that we are right. I don't know, but of course I could be wrong. What do you think?
Yeah, I understand your line of thinking, and I think it's okay, even though there are research that showed what we claimed in the project proposal.
Yeah.
And at FAIR we conducted such a research. I don't remember, it was at least six or 7 years ago, showing that our students at Faculty of Electrical Engineering and Computing pose as few as, so 2/3 of them, if I remember correctly, pose less than 1 question in all the courses that they have in 3 months. So there is what you're saying is perfectly good, Maria. We can ask students now what are the reasons why they don't do it, or if they ask questions. But there is also research showing that. So even if we don't get good answers, or even if you don't ask them now, I think it's still a valid point we can make.
Okay, of course, during the project proposal, we use those researches and we put it right in the project proposal, right? We name the references of our claims and hypotheses. So, but I thought those are direct answers from the students include directly into our project proposal. But if you think that that would take you too much time from the lesson, we can of course remove this before piloting questionnaire.
What do the others think? Would you want to include the first questionnaire or just the second one?
Is there a purpose? I'm looking here at the number 6. So are you going to compare, because the same question is in the, sorry. I'm sorry, that was our bell, so it's quite long. If your goal is to compare the answers before and after, like in the question number 6, I think it's the same.
Yep.
Maybe it is necessary. I hope we will get some good answers here.
Yeah, that is our goal. We would like to, I know that it's not politically correct to say that, but we are trying somehow to get good responses from them so that we have a good base for our final report. Then we can say, look, we worked 2 years on methodologies, we worked on development of audit tool, and we have good results. We have excellent feedbacks from, if you test it with the 3 classes in every school, then, for example, if we have 20 students in the classroom, each school would have 60 answers. So we would have at least 180 questionnaires. It is reasonable and respective amount of answers we can work with. So then we can say on the final event and in final report for our national agency, we can say, okay, we have very good results. We have very good feedback from the schools and students included in this project. We think we made a good job.
Okay, I just have one more. As far as I know my students, I'm not sure we will get a lot from the question number 9.
Number 9,
it's an open-ended question, and I'm not sure they will take their time and effort to write something into it.
You mean question number 9 in before questionnaire?
Yeah.
Maybe there should be at least one open question.
Okay.
Okay. Is it necessary to acquire those responses from students in the same class, in the same hour?
Yeah. Then we will have a good base. We have.
But not necessary in the same hour, right? I can do it.
No.
Before. I think this is what Mirko's asking.
You can ask them. Okay. But the same students.
Students.
You can ask them on Monday before questionnaire. Then on Tuesday they have piloting, and on Tuesday after the class they have after. So the same group of the students, and we have starting point where we expect they to say they are so active. They can mark one of these reasons why. We will see about the question number 9. Do you think, Maya, it would be better if we offer them answers to collect, to mark some answers, or to completely to remove that question number 9?
I think we can remove it.
Okay, then it's on the red. Okay, and we expect them to say they are not motivated to learn after the class and everything that goes on our side. Yeah, and after it, we try to find a way to get good answers. So I'm not sure, should we, I'm not sure how to achieve that. So I'm open to your suggestions. You work with the students. I'm not. You are every day with them. You know how they think, how they breathe, how they react. So I don't know.
Well, it's a lot depends on how old the students are. I'm teaching mostly the first graders. They are 15, especially in the vets. I'm not sure I'll get a lot of relevant answers, but I'm sure that if I would do this in the third year when they are 18 maybe, and in the general, like in gymnasium, I think I might get some better answers.
So can you test it in piloting, please, on the third
I
grade
try.
gymnasium, please?
I will try.
We would have big problems if after the piloting questionnaire the results were bad. I don't know how
I'm not
to
so
say.
sure if the way the lessons is conducted will have an impact on their homework or interest in deeper digging into the topic.
Yeah.
Like the question number, if you go down maybe.
Yeah. That question number 7.
Yeah.
Is the red, so it means we will remove it.
Yeah. Okay.
Others are not connected to additional research or homework.
I have a question. If we could step away back about testing the methodologies, because we are from different countries and we are in a specific time of year. The methodology should be tested, just the methodology, not the topic itself, right? Because yes. I think it's impossible. We don't have the same subjects. I cannot do now the lesson that is supposed to be done in April, or even already I've done it in September.
Just methodology.
Okay.
When you wrote your methodology examples, you, let's say, take one of yours, geography.
For example, I have to test Maya's methodology in my class. Do I understand correct?
Yes. And Anna's methodology or Estonian methodology. You all have to crisscross. You take one of Zam's, one of yours, one of Maya's, and one of Anna's.
Okay, just methodology, but not the same subject.
Of course, if you are informatic and STEM teacher, of course you cannot teach geography. But you can take her lesson guide, motivation, theoretical development.
Okay, I understand.
You take those activities and combine it, if you can, of course, on your class. If it's not possible, then take 2 yours.
I just have one more.
Okay.
One more step back. We were supposed to done 6 more methodologies. Yes. I haven't uploaded them. I have 4 ready and 2 in the process of translation. So I hope it will be done by the end, by the end of this week or maybe next week, because this week is all about promoting school in different fairs and so on, and it's quite difficult to.
Okay. Okay. The end of the next week will be okay. It is 25th of November. It is okay. Please upload your methodologies by the 25th of November.
Right?
Because we will start piloting. We plan to start piloting in December. You can choose your dates and activities, and it all should be done by 19th of December. You have 3 weeks for that. And we can say by the end of December, but it is Christmas, it is holidays. I think 19 is the end date for everybody. So we can say 20th December. Is that okay? When the Christmas holiday starts in Slovenia and Estonia?
26th, 25th, 25th.
We start from 19th e-learning days. So, and vacation for students is 2023.
Okay.
Yes.
So the end date is 19 December. Is that okay? You have 3 weeks. You can take one methodology per week. I think that it is the way, I don't know. I think you can do it.
Okay.
Please say you do. Please say you do.
Yes, I hope.
Yes. Okay.
Maria, can I just have a short comment? I mean, if it's okay with you guys, then okay, but I think the methodology is adapted to the topic that you have related it to. So I think it could be an unnecessarily difficult task if you have to use other people's methodologies for your own course units. I would suggest, but you don't have to agree, that you should test the methodologies that you have developed for your classes or for your units. Maria said you should test other people's methodologies, and if you can't, then test your own. It seems to me that that you can, I mean, it would be challenging. It's a different thing if you adapt this methodology to your own course or to the topic that you're teaching. So then it needs to be adapted, then it's not the same methodology anymore. So my suggestion would be that you use your own.
Okay, but is it possible?
I'm sorry, it definitely should be adapted, because if I'm looking like at the transport, I already did this year. I cannot do it again.
Yeah, but is it possible? I'm just thinking out loud. Is it possible, I don't know, that you find teachers from the same subject? For example, Anna is chemistry teacher, right? You wrote chemistry methodologies, as I saw on the OnCloud. Can you find some?
I am chemistry, math, physics, and digital technology teacher.
Okay, so you made methodology on carbon dioxide, right? I see it on the OnCloud. Can you find some chemistry teacher in your school who will be willing to test chemistry methodology or carbon dioxide?
For my school, it is not a problem, because we have 3 different chemistry teachers here.
Okay. Can you, Anna, for example, find geography teachers to test Maya's methodology?
I tried to find somebody.
Or,
and of course, I can myself try, because I am science teacher also.
Okay, okay. I'm just thinking out loud. We don't want to make you uncomfortable on what you should do with your classes or with your lessons, and we don't want to gave you some mission impossible. What do you think suits for you?
I already checked a little bit these methodologies, and
Okay.
I think this is possible to find 3 subjects. What
Okay.
I can.
For example, we have, of course, you cannot teach. I presume you can find teacher for Slovenian language or for Croatian language in Estonia. That's okay. That is perfectly reasonable. But perhaps some of you can find English teacher and use this English language methodology from colleague Alan to use this lesson in ZAMS or by the end of the next week, you will have base of
6 more.
It means 6, 20, 36 methodologies. Can you find teachers in your school who will test the same subjects you chose from these 36? Or it is good, or do you think it's better for what Juraj said about testing your own methodologies? What do you think is the best? Or we have, or at least we have one tool that allows us to make digital vote. Juraj, do you think we have some of that tool? We can connect to AudIT and vote, right?
No, I think it was my idea from the start to try to find teachers of the subjects. But even if I found an English teacher, probably something, the lesson cannot be the same because they already maybe covered this specific topic, or maybe this topic is not in our curricula or something like this. So I'm not sure that step-by-step things could be followed. I certainly will try to find teachers that are teaching the subjects from which they can choose the appropriate lesson.
I'm afraid also that I can't find the teacher who will take somebody else methodology. And if this is curriculum is not the same, I'm not sure. Yes, of course I can try. It's not problem for me, but I'm not sure that I find somebody else.
I think it will be the combination of both approaches. I will try to do my best to find teachers to try out the other teachers, but maybe if I can find 2, maybe the third one should be their own lessons in the other with other students or something like that.
Okay. Okay. Can we take a few days to think, and we will confirm it via email, or I don't know. I think you are right. I didn't think on the way Juraj just mentioned, and it is hard to see all obstacles you are dealing with on your work, because I'm not the teacher. So yeah, I think you are right. So can we? Okay. I think it would be best then try to find somebody else's methodology and use it on your subject. If it's not possible, you test yours, piloting one of yours. And of course, if you already done economic geography or something like that, you will have to change the topic, change the lesson, but use the same methodology plan. Is that how this sounds to you?
Yeah, sure. First, we will try to test it as they are. If it's not possible, then we will improvise.
Yeah. Is it too much to do for you in a quite short time?
It's not the easy one, but I do my best.
Please try, because the end of our project is in the February. We have only 3 full months till the end of the project. And it would be good if all the project activities ends in the February, so that we have time to finish and do final touches during the March and April. We have 2 months after the project ends to submit the final report to our national agency. So it is the end of the April. Those 2 months are to do makeups and some reports and check the finances, activities, and we can do some final touches during the March or April, but the core of the project activities should be done in the February. And you don't forget that in the February you have final conferences. You have to organize final conferences in your country. So we presume that the entire February will be in final conferences, organizing and so on. And in January, we have to prepare timesheets for all of you. You have to check the activities, project teams. We have to check all the project documentation and those administrative work that should be done. And that's why we thought that it would be best to, that is, let's say, final big activity in our project, and it would be great if it could be done by the end of December.
We'll certainly try. I think it would be easier after we upload additional 6 methodologies, so
Yes.
there will be more things to pick from. So we'll certainly try to do our best.
Okay. I think by the end of November, we will, if you upload your methodologies by the 25th of November, we would have enough 7 days, right? Juraj, is that enough to put them on in Moodle, in LMS?
Yeah, that should be enough, although we have to decide how exactly are we going to put them in Moodle, but we can do that outside of this meeting.
Okay, but 7 days should be enough, right?
Yeah.
Then it would be great if they're in Moodle, so the teachers could search also by subjects, maybe, or something like that.
Yeah. Okay, we will try. So please upload your methodologies by the end of the next week, and we will put them in the Moodle, so it could be easier for you to find methodologies and examples. One thing is missing, just please.
Can I ask something about methodologies? Those 6 methodologies we have to upload, where we have to upload them? Because I see we have already 6 methodologies in the folder 01A2.8.
Yeah, you have to put them here.
Okay, so we have to have total 12 methodologies in this folder.
12 per partner, please.
Thank you.
You can put an 01A2.8 correction of methodologies and examples, and the same place where you uploaded your 6 others methodologies.
Okay, great.
I will send the link via email after today's meeting. So we have one more important question before this piloting, and I desperately need your help with it. So it is the questionnaire for the teachers. I don't have any idea. So can you please help me what to ask teachers after piloting?
So the question should be, I think, in two areas. The first area, it should be about the tool itself, maybe. And then the second should be about the methodologies, right?
Okay. Do you have some suggestions? I can work with it later. Just give me bullets, give me some ideas. Have you filled some questionnaires on similar questionnaires on other EU projects? What they ask you to say, wrote?
Yeah, they
combine?
already are. Some rubrics are existing about how to evaluate some specific ICT tools for class. So maybe just maybe after we finish, I can send you the link because I have
appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, I have translated in for our project in Slovenian, but I have links to the originals. So maybe we can use something like this.
Of course, because this is not my field and my area, so I'm not sure how and what to ask. So it would be very useful if you can send me those links, and that you can give me now a few bullets on what to think while creating this questionnaire.
Okay.
Of course, we are also want to have good answers. So the teachers say, this is great, this is the best project ever, and so on, if you know what I mean. We, of course, want to straight A's.
Okay, just.
We want them to say it is the best tool, it is the best methodology guide, it is the best Moodle LMS, you know, and we will take those words from them and put it in our final report, in our website, of course, anonymously. And, you know, we will be great team, great project, as we are, of course.
Definitely about audit, maybe if the teachers will find still something to translate or something like this, there should be an open question at the end. Definitely that we can use. Maybe if I can share my screen with you.
Yeah, let me just make you a co-host.
Thank you.
Stop sharing mine.
Yes, please.
Just a second.
Yeah.
Okay, you should be able to share now.
Yeah, I can. Okay. This is it, what I want you to see. I hope maybe it's not big enough. Okay, this is also in Slovenian, doesn't matter because this is the source here. So this is all about from 1 to 4 points about relevancy, how can be adjusted, how is it okay? It allows feedback, higher thinking, higher order thinking processes, can it motivate students and so on. The other one is like this. Yes, no, maybe. And I think I can send you this because there are the sources down there, and maybe we can go from here just to check some things out that it suits us.
Mirko, Jakob, Anne, what do you think about questionnaire on?
There's a lot of different types here, so maybe we can use something.
What do you think? Can you apply them in your school for your teachers?
I hope.
Okay, I think it's very good. I can adjust it for our project. Yeah. And if you are all willing to give me feedback, I will send it to you tomorrow. And please give me your feedback and what to change, why, and I will adjust it. Because those questionnaires are for your colleagues and for your colleagues, right? I wouldn't say friends. So it is important to that they are in some level of professionality and in some level of, I don't know, connected with the topic and with the project, right?
It is already in the chat, I think. Okay.
Thank you. I downloaded.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. So I think we discussed everything regarding to the things I needed you. So I don't know.
It's possible to English.
Well, the sources are in the links under the on the every page. It is in Slovenian, but the source in English is a link under.
Okay. Of course, I will compile it on English, of course. And one more question. Do you think the questionnaires for the students should be on English, or you will translate it in your local languages?
I'm afraid that it must be translated in Estonian in our country.
Okay, then I'll send you a questionnaire, and can you send me translation? Or I'm not sure, can I use Google Translate, or is it how good it is? It's not. Okay. Can you, I will send you a questionnaire. Can you translate it in Estonian and send me back so that I can create Google form or some quiz form to where the students will fill the questions? Is it possible? Same for the same from the Slovenia.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Then I will finish those questionnaires today. I will move these questions we talked about, and other things stay the same. And please send me translation, I don't know, by the next Wednesday.
Okay, sure.
Please.
Yeah.
Pretty please.
Yeah, it's not long. It can be done.
It's not long. Okay, and that is it. I think I will, of course, after this meeting today, I will send you meeting minutes with all the notes.
Jura, can we still work on the translation, because I see some things are still in Croatian in the.
Yeah, you can. Please do.
Maybe just print screens and so on.
Sorry?
If I send you a print screen of the thing that is wrong.
Yeah. That's good as well. Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have something connected with the audit tool you want to discuss with the partners?
Not really. Thank you for the translations that you have submitted so far. If you find a way to make some translation shorter or better describe the function that it refers to, you can still make changes. And thank you, Anna, for a bug report. If you experience any bugs, please let me know with a description as detailed as possible. And yeah, that's it. So we've gone beyond what we defined in the project proposal. We've implemented a number of other additional functions, and we are working on some even new question types, I hope, which will be finished before the project deadline, in specific on a scale question type and on image hotspot question type.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, by the 25th of November, 6 more Metho. Okay. Nothing without paper and the pen. Okay, thank you. So do you have some questions for me or for our team? If you don't have, so I think we made tasks for today, and I wish to thank you all for joining us, and we'll stay in touch We have a lot to do these days, so I gave you free time to take your coffee, tea, and breakfast, and so on, so that you can be ready to translate the questionnaires, to make everything. Okay. Thank you very much one more time. Have a nice day. Have a nice weekend. Oh, you don't have long weekend, right?
Oh,
We do. So
enjoy.
have a pleasant rest of the week, and we'll stay in touch. Thank you very much, everybody.